What is going on, everybody? Art Eddie here with my main man, Jon Finkel, for another lunch break. What's up, sir?
I'm psyched, man. We have a lot to talk about. Spoiler free, so nobody freak out about it, but also a very topical favorite topic of ours. And I'm back at the bricks, so I'm excited. The Brickyard.
Back at the bricks, my homie, the roving reporter on scene. All right, so yeah, like we said in our tweets and also our Facebook posts, no spoilers for Avengers Endgame at all. He's seen it twice. I have seen it twice. We both love the movie, but we're not really going to talk about that. But we got inspired. My main man was like, hey, why don't we talk about what superpower or powers would you love as a parent and why? And I posted something on our Facebook page. A lot of people, I think we had over like 50 comments already. So we hope you guys who watch the show all the time with us can bring it just as the people earlier today do that as well. So go ahead and do that. Let us know where you're watching from, and we'll kind of get into it. John, while I kind of share this in other Facebook groups so they can check it out, tell me, what about you, man? What is something that you would love to have as a superpower?
So it's funny because the way I was at first, it's like every like Superman or whoever, like Iron Man would all be good. But then it's kind of it can get not super fun if you're just like I want to be Superman so I can do everything. So the specific powers that I think would be helpful to me, as I always analyze things, are what do you eliminate? Like, what can you eliminate that's so frustrating with a superpower? And for me, for some reason, it all came down to Flash. Like, all the annoyances of having, especially like younger kids, getting out of the house, getting their lunch ready for school, like cleaning up that last mess or getting the dishes done after dinner. Like, if you could be Flash and just if everything was instantaneous, kind of basically anything you had to do, that would eliminate so many things as a dad. If you're like, all right, we're going to the like this weekend, we're going to the soccer game. We have a half hour. It's only 10 minutes away. Like, get your cleats on, get your shin guards on, get your jersey. Of course, kid can't find his jersey. Like my son, no idea. All of a sudden, no idea where the jersey is. Right, a shin guard's missing. Obviously, that's wrong. Finally, get that squared away. Find the jersey like under his bed because he's had to sleep in it one night, which we don't really even remember how. Then the ball needs to be pumped up. Then he dropped his water. Like, all this stuff that happened. If you're Flash, it's instantaneously fixed. Like, I could search the whole house but snapping my fingers, right? Like, I could pump up the ball instantly. Like, I could fix I could fix exactly his shin guards on. Like, he could be at the game and done in 2 seconds. And I feel like if you could eliminate that 15 minutes of like, how is this happening? You don't have to ask any questions. You just go do it. So the super speed to me was the first one that I thought would be amazing. How about you?
Okay, you went the route of like, all right, how, I don't want to change things so much as a dad, but like, how can I make things better, right?
Yeah.
You went like, I want to say the Captain America route, like just good old fashioned, like, all right, I love being a dad, I'm going to do this. And like, so you were great with that, right? I was thinking, this is my wheelhouse, comic book dolls. I'm like, all right, who do I go with? Instantly, I'm a big Wolverine fan, but I'm like, what is adamantium? And unless you're going to have a mutant healing factor, like if your kids bring home germs, that doesn't really affect you. I get that. For me, I went Professor Xavier, where he can kind of stop time a little bit, tell kids what, like, know what people are thinking. Like, oh, it's kind of bad. Like when my kids get older and they're like lying to me, I'm like, where were you last night? Oh, I was at the library. No, you were at Dylan's house. I know.
Yeah. Yeah, so my number 2 was very similar to that, but it was obviously because of all the Avengers type, was Doctor Strange, because I would love same exact reason you had, but I think the show and tell ability of Doctor Strange to be like same thing, like where did you spill the ice cream on the ground? No, and then I do the and I could have him watch himself in the past spill it and be like, who did that? Was that you? Yeah, like that would be priceless to do all day, every day. Like, who left the light on? I don't know. And then just, look at you walking out of your room with your light off. Like, that would be just so much fun all the time.
Well played, man. And I love some of these guys and women's comments. Rebecca goes, know of all the coolest things. I get that. That's great. Andrew's kind of like me with mind control. Micah's like time freezing. Also, too, to get a little even more nerdy, for you being the Flash, you could also use the Speed Force and go back in time for something too as well. So there's a lot of things with the Flash that's not, I mean, again, once you mess up with the time space continuum, right, in certain instances that could go bad. But I love that. And then this one's pretty good too, especially for the new the new dads, the new parents, the no sleep power, right? You're up
Yes.
all night. You're like, I'm fine. I don't need sleep.
That's like that's sort of, I don't know if you throw that in the Superman or if you throw that in like the Cap area, but like the idea of not needing sleep would be so huge. And I don't think you even really need any other power. Like if you could pick one thing that realistically would help you, especially when you're a new dad, like not needing sleep is the key to everything. Like you feel like a Superman if you do that, for sure. I had my other one, this was more of like a vanity one, because I think it'd be super impressive Thor wise, of like, I took the Thor hammer thing into the idea of like just being able to do anything with a hammer. So, like if you were Thor, and remember that line where he's like in the earlier movies, like you're not, you're God of thunder, not the God of hammers, but he's still good with a hammer. Like if you could just to be able to build, like if you're Thor, you can build everything fast. Like, oh man, we need a treehouse, and you're just like, you got your hammer, you could fly over to Home Depot, carry all the stuff because you're Thor, and build whatever you need in like 2 seconds.
You could build the things while you're flying back.
Yeah, in the air. Yeah, exactly. That would be amazing.
That, by the way, when Odin said that to him in Ragnarok, such a good line, man.
So this is
good.
to me, two of my favorite Anthony Hopkins lines of all time are basically the same line. He says that to Thor. He says, "Thor, last time whatever." He's like, "You were the god of God of thunder, not the god of hammers." And then in one of the Mission Impossibles, when he plays like Ethan Hunt's guy, he goes, well, it's mission. He goes, it's not mission difficult or whatever. Like this is difficult. Impossible to be walk in the park or whatever. I'm baffled. I'm messing up the line, but it's the same line.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Love it. You mentioned Doctor Strange. Lucas Perry said Doctor Strange's ability to duplicate himself 100 times would be very helpful.
Oh, that would be good.
Think about that too. Like every parent has said, I would love to be in 2 places at once. Right? Think about the different. If you sometimes overschedule yourself and your family, especially like if there's 2 different practices or this or that, how awesome would that be? It's like, all right, you're going to take that person over there. Then you drive the other person to practice. I'm going to stay home and make dinner. And then if there's anything else, I need something at the store, I'm just going to quickly go make another one of myself and go.
Here's what's even better though. And I like this idea a lot. So not only can you technically do that like in multiplicity, like to get all the stuff done, but one of you just specifically assigned to have fun, right? You're like, okay, you guys do all the things you just said, Art, and then you go to one of you and go, you go to Vegas. I want you to go have a hell of a weekend for us, for all of us. Come on back when you're done.
and to share the wealth, it rotates, right?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. He comes back and he fills in. All of a sudden, he's like getting the kids ready for breakfast or whatever, school, and then that version of you can go to the Bahamas, right? Everybody, Cayman Islands or something like you all get to switch. And if he gets tired of that, he makes another one of him. Yeah, that would be Doctor Strange. He's got a lot of sneaky kind of the best power stuff going on.
For sure.
He can fly. He's got the cloak. He can fly. He can do the time thing. He can duplicate himself. Like he understands the past and the future. He can like in the first Avengers, the part 1 of Infinity War, Infinity War, when he does all the permutations of the outcome. Like, wouldn't it be really cool?
All that stuff?
Yeah, that stuff. Like, if your kids are asking to do something and you know it's a bad idea, and you sit there and you're like, oh, I've run 237 simulations and they all fail. It's a terrible idea to, like, staple your feet to the skateboard. Like, no.
And they all end up to the trip to the ER.
Yeah. So, every single one is in the hospital. There is no one version of this that we're going to find that you don't go to the hospital. So, no, we're not building a skateboard ramp in the driveway. Done.
Long-time viewer Sean Kingbird earlier said didn't get a chance to see Endgame because he had to work this weekend, so no spoilers. But he says time travel, a parent would be the best for the parent. Another loyal watcher, Rand, he's always checking out the show. He said the Invisible Man. That's for the memes we always see when like the kid's hand is underneath the bathroom and you need to just like have some privacy. Yeah. Invisible Man, right? You'd be like, where'd Dad go? Like what?
Well, that's where I guess this is more of a strange Doctor Strange thing, but Loki has a really cool thing where he always like projects himself doing something else. And so like as a parent, if you're like, man, we just got to get the kids outside and you project yourself out there like throwing a football up in the air, and they run out, but you're actually inside watching the Celtics game, that's kind of awesome.
Nice. Brian, actually Dave says patience and listening. That's a good one. Brian Hall says clean with a snap of the fingers. That's pretty sweet. Roland says very similar to you. Super speed. Best superpower, no need to like. Yeah, so we're getting speed and no need to sleep and duplicating yourselves. That's what we're getting a lot of.
So basically, what we're saying in reverse is, dads are slow. We're always tired, and there's only one of us, and it drives us crazy. It works out because almost every dad, especially with kids under whatever age, will tell you like, if I just had more sleep, or if I could just get things done quicker. So these are, I like the practical level of them so far. Like, my very first reaction was obviously with Flash and all that, but then the other side of it is like, it'd just be fun to be Hulk for like an afternoon. Like, I mean, just wreck stuff, go out there, throw stuff around. Like, you could move you have to just like, you could pick up your car and like throw it to work. Like, you do anything you want. It's awesome.
I love it. Who else we got over? Bill says the ability or the power to make anything fun. That's good because you know one of the staple lines. You said it, I've said it. Everybody probably watching this says their parents at one point. I'm bored.
Oh my god, I know. Well, that's where Hulk would come in. It's like, oh, you're bored, huh? Want me to stack 11 cars on top of themselves and throw it across the highway? Like, bored, you could entertain with the Hulk. I think also for boredom, like if you could put on the Black Panther suit or use the Falcon wings and just go do cool stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that would be awesome.
Almost like a Avengers smorgasbord, if you will, of like all the different powers, right? So
yeah, no one's saying like, they want to be Vision or one of these, side shows. Like, everybody wants the main powers, and I think if you could, especially if you're coaching things, like, you could kind of get Captain America's disposition, because it gets tough out there. Cap seems to. He always keeps it lit, like keeps it legit, keeps it real. Like, he's still motivates. He doesn't get too upset. I think if you could have Cap's ability in a situation to just guide people through.
Yeah, because what was it, Age of Ultron? It was like, when someone swears and he goes, language.
Yeah, and they're like, call the ball, Cap. Like, even Iron Man, lets him lead the troops. Not so much even formulate the plan, but like, give us the pep talk, like, get us out there, get us going. Nobody has said, which is a surprise. I would have thought somebody would have said Ant-Man at some point in time, mainly because like, it would be really fun, especially as like with your kids around the house, like, to get super small and just like get underneath the couch and get all that little stuff that gets stuck under there. Like, think about all the things that just roll around, or like they just get stuck. Someone drops an M&M and it goes under the couch, and you're like, so now we don't move this. Like, this is a problem.
Or on the opposite side, how we can get big if like this happened to us and like I need to get a better ladder, but like we're playing badminton and it got stuck up on the roof.
Nice. Oh, dude.
Can you imagine that?
What a hero you would be if all you did as Ant-Man was grow to like 25 feet tall and just cruise around neighborhoods with kids, taking tennis balls and boomerangs and all the crap off the roofs. That's it. Nobody would need other superhero. You'd be an absolute stud.
And this is a mention to Civil War, not any other movie, but if you were Ant-Man and you had, that ability to go up and down, just make sure you have a bag of oranges with you. That's all you need. You're good.
Yeah. So another, like, I'm thinking after all the ones we've done, like, no one said Spider-Man because he's awesome. And it'd be great. There's a lot of cool things about Spider-Man as a parent. Like, if you're, especially with little kids, I think if you're like, especially when you're trying to like watch TV and your kids are like almost running down the stairs or up the stairs, you're just like, you're grabbing them back, or like, if you need a bottle from the kitchen, you're just like bringing it around. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do as Spidey. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Spider sense, to have that all of a sudden, like, what? Okay, what's going on? So I love that.
Shut the doors open and you're just like little blob of Spider-Man, spider web to shut it, that kind of stuff. Yeah,
got it. Matt says immunity to the smell of poopy diapers. That's pretty good.
I'll be honest. I have that. I was born with that. They never bothered me.
Nice.
I'm not saying I'm a superhero, but I can tell you what that is like, and it's great. I've been in, for some reason. I mean, I think it started from picking up so much dog poop when my puppy was born. Like, when we finally had kids, like, it just never fazed me. And then I'd watch people like, do the whole thing, and it was just one of those things. Like, I don't know if it's a superhero. I never thought about it as a superpower, but I will say I have that. Never bothered me. Never does bother me. I have the ability to exist in stench without any problems at all.
Nice, man. That is not all heroes wear capes, my friend.
Yes.
You're proof of that. Crazy as Life of Mom says to get rid of my child's anxiety. That would be great. My daughter is
what's the woman? I always forget her name. Wanda, right? Like she
yeah.
can do the mind stuff and all that. Like
She can do the mind stuff, but also too. What am I thinking of her name right now? I know like the actress, but like Mantis. Thank you. Like she could like calm, like
yeah. Oh, every parent, if you could do the Mantis thing, like right when a tantrum's starting, you're just like, you're not having a tantrum.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm gonna go play.
Yeah. Or in Guardians 2, when like, you know, she puts Ego to bed or can like help people rest, like do the same thing as like it's time to go to bed, and you hear them.
God. You know what? I actually take all the superpowers back. I just want to do that. I just want to know. I just want to be like, sell this game 8:05, 8:03, like you're going to bed. Bzz, bzz, good night. Like not like somewhere in the middle of the second quarter having to go back up for the 11th time telling him to go to sleep. So I take them all back. I just want that one.
Nice. I love how Gary has, gives a shout out to his daughter, who's Storm, apparently, because whenever she walks in the room, it looks like a tornado comes through.
Nice. Yes. That is when our kids have the superpowers. They all have the ability to make a clean room messy in no time flat.
No doubt. These are all great. A lot of great comments in here. Mark says, super protect power, able to sense into your child in any bad situation unconditionally. So that's kind of like the spider sense, right?
Yeah, spider sense would be awesome. Like if you're at home or work or whatever, and you're that sense, and you could just sling on over, and you find out like your kid's getting bullied at school or something. Like that'd be pretty cool to have.
No doubt. What else we got over here? We got so apparently little girls like 3 and under are Storm, because Tracy says our granddaughter is almost 2 and she sleeps in the hallway during a storm. Oh, like I did when I was little. Oh, totally. I read that quickly and I thought that she was Storm. My bad. She's just sharing a story.
Okay. Yeah, like all the kids, mine do the same thing when there's thunder and lightning. So maybe that's another benefit of Thor, is like you just have no lightning around your house, so therefore there's no thunder, so they don't freak out and come down to your room. So Thor, that's like an ancillary benefit of being the god of thunder, is you can stop thunder as well. So if it's like, oh man, thunder and lightning, the kids are going to come down, they're going to be in our bed, they're going to be in our floor, you just kind of do your eyes light up, sparkles, like what's his name called him in Ragnarok, and you just unsparkle things.
Yeah, no doubt. Jeff Goldblum's character was fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's see. Robert says with his teenage daughters, mind reading.
Yes.
What else we got over here? Let's see. Rand says to be a superhero with a pet of the same powers would be awesome. Kind of like kids could play with them. All right, nice. Mind reading, would love to understand why they do some of the things they do and what they're thinking when I reprimand them. There's another thing too. Like what happens when you lay down the law and what they're thinking, right?
That's where that Mantis would help, right? Like you can just, as you're saying it, you can understand what they're thinking and what they're doing. And then probably same thing with Wanda, right? Like you could levitate, and I mean, I don't know, her powers have kind of changed over the course of the series, I guess. So
and lastly, we got Matthew saying, kind of like you, I'd say the Flash. I never have enough time, so I could accomplish so much more. So yeah, that's the thing. It's like multiples of yourself, Flash, and then also not being able to worry about sleep. So those are the things. But you know what? More dads kind of share their ideas and their experiences through life through this book right here that comes out. It comes out. It's the Life of Dad book that you and I wrote. It comes out. Let's see. May 7th, which is a little bit over a week away, like 8 days.
That's
Pick
right.
up the book, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Amazon. Just go wherever, you go pick up books, try and pre-order it. It's a great read. John and I love it. There's stuff from Mark Hamill, Shaquille O'Neal, Chef Robert Irvine. Got it right this time. Just go to follow us on Twitter, Life of Dad Show. We've been having the links, or John_Finkel or me, Art83. We've been kind of sharing that as well. So pick up a book. Great Father's Day gift. Father's Day is coming up, so pick that up. But yeah, we'll see. John and I, again, appreciate this. Was great. We had over 90 comments. We love everybody chipping in and weighing in. And again, for those like Sean Kingbird who haven't seen Avengers, don't spoil it for them.
Don't spoil it. Let them go see it. And thank you guys all for watching. It means a lot to us, especially when you get really into a topic that we kind of just come up with in our own little dad head or dad lives that work. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
And yes, get the book. Really, the push for the book will start after, like 2 or 3 weeks leading into Father's Day. But pre-orders are also huge for when they come out. So if you've been thinking about it, if you've been watching us, use your Amazon Prime superpower and buy the book and let us know, and we will send you a cool VIP Dad bookmark.
Well done, sir, with that. I love it. Awesome. So for John and I, thanks for checking out the show. We'll see you all on Wednesday. If you have a topic, email me, art@lifeofdad.com. We'll get that going through, all right? See you guys.